did you start studying?
한국에 온 지 한 3년 됐어요, 이제. 근데 처음 왔을 때는 안녕하세요 밖에 못했어요.
그래요?
Yeah, so I studied at 서울대 and 소강대. And for the first year and a half I was in Korea, I studied just Korean.
Yeah.
And then after I met an independent film director who cast me as the lead in his independent film. And then the trailer of that got some attention of some managers in the industry.
Okay.
And some of those managers then pushed me onto the Chejungwon audition. So that's how that worked out. But anyway, my point was before that as I was learning Korean, you know, I just knew the mechanics of 존댓말 and 반말.
Right.
But I think through doing Chejungwon, I learned how to apply it to my life. Oh, in this situation, I have to be this way to my 선배.
Right.
And in this situation, I'm 후배, so you know, I have to kind of understand
the 감정, the feeling behind each of those, showing respect with all the levels.
Right.
Yeah.
It's different to live it, I think, than to just learn it from a book, you know. And that was the process I went through, definitely, in the last year. So.
In the last year. So, how has life changed for you in the last year?
Day-to-day life is...
Just think 1 year ago and today.
Well, I could say that 1 year ago I was flipping channels and I sometimes came across EBS and was like, oh, they're speaking English on TV. And I'd be like, that seems fun. And now I'm on EBS.
Now you're on EBS, yes.
So that's a different thing in my life.
Yeah.
The biggest change is just that I've always wanted to act since high school. And now it's my job. So it's just kind of a thing that I don't think I'm fully used to yet. That the thing I want to do is the thing I'm doing. Like I said, the only thing I do feel every day is just lucky.
Right.
And just blessed. So.
Well, lucky and blessed. Okay, but you've also earned your way there. What was your major?
I studied 경영학 and 연기 in
economics and
acting.
Acting, but acting was your minor or your double majored?
It was a minor.
Minor. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you minored in acting.
Right.
So you worked your way up. You started out minoring in acting. What year did you start there? Give away your age.
That was a whole different. That was a whole different experience back then. I started as a freshman at Boston University as a business student, and the funny thing was they actually didn't allow business students to study the arts as a major or minor at the same time because the curriculum was so different. So there were some
they
art
thought you
students,
shouldn't be able to.
Well, I think it was just that what business students are like. We want to go to acting class. There's not many, you know.
Yeah.
But there was a group of us that got together, some music students, some singers, some pianists also was there, all in the business school. And we approached our dean and said, we really want to study the arts as well as business. So at first they were a bit weary to let us do that because it really could distract from like the business education. We kept fighting and we kept getting the arts team.
Rabble-rouser, you troublemaker! Wow.
Well, eventually our sophomore year they let us do it. So, so I got to study acting until the end of college, and then I studied more seriously when I went back to LA, and then.
That was in Boston.
In Boston University, that's where I went to school.
Okay.
Then after graduation, went to LA, and then came to Korea after that.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing.
You put in a lot of the work.
Yeah, I did mainly in America. I just did live shows, comedy shows, and theater. This was my first TV show, Chejungwon, as well as my first just time working in Korea as well.
So you've done a little theater in America.
Right.
You've done some TV here in Korea. What's the big difference between those two types of performing arts?
When it comes to acting, in theater, an actor's tool is their whole body, I feel. Okay. You know, you're on a stage, so you have to project your voice. 크게 말해야 돼요.
right.
연극할 때
Projecting.
크게
Okay.
말해야 돼요. But in TV, it's all here, just right here. So, for instance, if I'm looking into the camera and I do something like this, or you know what I mean, just some small thing, it can mean a lot in a TV show.
Right.
But on stage,
when you're 40 feet from somebody, that doesn't.
They
nobody
don't see
notices.
it. People in the back, they won't see that. So you have to use your whole body. That's a big difference. And it was strange because when I started Chejungwon, I definitely was acting like a theater actor. So I was being big,
over dramatic.
I was using, when the director would be like, Sean, come look at the monitor, you know, and he'd say, we're only getting this much. You don't have to do anything outside of the screen. So I learned, it's just a lot more here, you know, because I just thought, if I just do this, I'm not fully expressing myself. But you can do a lot still, especially when the screen is only focusing right here. You know? So that was the biggest difference.
Was that something you were really shocked at because if you've done all this theater, for your whole background must have been theater then.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And then you show up in TV and you had to start taking direction from all the Sun Fube and the director, 감독님하고. Was it challenging?
Yeah, definitely. It was challenging because for one thing, my Korean was not that good when I started Chejungwon. It definitely got better throughout the show.
Right.
And everyone speaks Korean on set. So there's just like 촬영장에서 그런 말 있잖아요. Like 슈슈로 들어갑니다, or like just those kind of words that I had no idea what was going on. Like actors are always asking like 제가 걸려요? Like, am I in the shot or something? I had no idea what was going on sometimes. I'd just be like, I didn't have the words to express sometimes my frustration. But I think it was just staying calm and just knowing, again, like I said, since this is my first project, I will make some mistakes and as long as the director still believes in me, then it's okay.
There's 촬영할 때 항상 전문 용어가 많죠. There's always a lot of very specific language, a lot of jargon that is used everywhere you go, in every job site. And when you're doing TV, there's 슛으로 들어갑니다, and you're probably going. You didn't realize it was English, did you?
I didn't know that actually at that time. I didn't know it meant like we're gonna start. I was looking for 시작 or something like 시작합시다 or something like that. But then they're like 슛으로 들어갑니다, and I was like.